Hello, I'm Shadwell the poet. I know what you're saying. Why isn't he dead? All the best poets are dead. Well, if it's any consolation, quite a lot of people who've enjoyed my poems in the past are dead now. And I don't feel very well myself, as a matter of fact. In fact, this week my poem is about the doctors because that's where I went. I went to the doctors, and the first thing that Dr. Cavloino said to me was, Shadwell, do you want to be treated privately? And I said, no. So he examined me in the waiting room. I suppose that's why they call it the community health centre, really. But the other patients were very helpful. I suppose if they're ill, they must know something about medicine. Mr. Pooh thought I'd got bubonic plague, and he kept trying to pour boiling water on my anorak. Mr. Gosainan said that he thought I'd got an inferiority complex, but it don't matter because I'm inferior. Then Dr. Cavloino got very serious, and he said, all right, Shadwell, I want you to undress down to your underpants, and it all went very quiet. The only sound was me undoing the safety pins on my cardigan. And then there I was in my pants, and Mr. Greeley said, Shadwell, I think we've seen his pants before, haven't we? And I said, yes, Mr. Greeley, they used to be yours. My mum bought them off you last winter. They're very good pants, wholemeal pants, lots of roughage in them, right? Anyway, then Dr. Cavloino started asking a lot of very serious questions. He said, Shadwell, why aren't your legs moving? Because I'm sitting down. All right, he said, don't get cheeky with me. I'm going to ask you a very serious question now. Shadwell, have you ever thought about taking your own life? No? Well, I think you should. And then he said, well, Shadwell, I'm not going to give you a physical examination because, well, you might have something catching, but is there anything that you want to tell me about before you go? And I said, well, yes, there is one thing. I keep hearing these voices. Voices, yes. What sort of things do they say, Shadwell? Oh, things like, Shadwell, have you made your bed? And, Shadwell, where's that loaf I sent you out for? I see, and tell me, Shadwell, are there other people about when you hear these voices? Yes. Shadwell, what you've got is incurable. You're stupid. Get out. So I wrote this poem on the way home. Hickory dickory doctor, I don't feel very well. Well, an apple a day will keep me away. So why don't you ask a greengrocer for a second opinion?
Girl, you know I need you more than I was to be. I've seen you before. You turn and walk away. You say you won't come back. 'Cause you still need me.
you through. Hello, Mother? It's Kay. Yes, dear. Have you taken your anticoagulants? Yes, anticoagulants. You need it to break up the phlegm, dear. You've got to break up that phlegm, otherwise you won't get better, will you? Anticoagulant. It's downstairs in the bottle marked anticoagulant. You go downstairs and get it, dear, and pick up the phone when you get down there. Putting you on hold.
Go easy, Kay. I'm having toasted cheese for supper.
It's only nature, Jill. You'll be glad of the advice when you're older. Well, Chin Chin, it's a shame you're leaving, but here's to your new life in wedlock.
Cheers, Kay. We're planning for a baby next July.
Oh, that'd be nice, dear. Nice warm evenings with the hydrangeas coming into bloom.
You never had a boyfriend, Kay?
Oh, no, dear. I didn't bother much with boys. Well, there was Derek, but Mother didn't really approve. And if I ever brought him home, you know, she'd bang on the floor and say, I hope you're not doing that Channel 4 stuff on my carpet, hey, you slattern.
Really?
Which reminds me. Hello, Mother? It's Kay. Where are you, dear? You're on the floor at the bottom of the stairs. Oh, dear, Mummy. That's not going to do your chest any good, is it? That nasty cold lino getting into your tubes. Listen, Mummy. Crawl crab-like the hospital showed you, into the kitchen and make yourself a nice cheese and rabbit toasty topper. All right, putting you on hold.
So what happened to Derek, then?
Well, Derek was very, very keen, Jill, to get a maisonette in Chadwell Heath, but Mother didn't want to be left on her own, and she said, Kay, if you go, I will hold my breath till you come back. And Derek said, well, go on then, you old bitch. It was naughty because I couldn't have Mother spoken to like that because, well, she's been like a mother to me, Jill.
So you didn't go then?
No. I got to the gate and she turned quite blue. So we went back and Derek never really forgave me for that, Jill. And it affected him very, very badly. And eventually he threw himself under the bus that he, evidently, was supposed to be driving to Chinkford. Yes, they brought me to the scene, but he was beyond help, you know, and I tried to give him some Anodin because I find they work terribly well. But he couldn't get them down.
No?
No, not with the wheel on his neck. It did make the local paper, the Argus, you know, shock suicide of jilted lover. And it was the first time I'd been called attractive, you know, by anyone who's seen me. Oh, hello, Mother. It's Kay. Listen, Mum, I shall be home presently, so why not try and crawl onto the carpet, dear, where it's a little bit warmer. Bye-bye, dear. Well, I'm ready for the off.
Thank you very much. Hello, London. How are you? Good. Maybe you feel welcome. Thank you. My name is Sam Kinison, and I like to do this to mic stands. Just to see if it is live. I'm a little different than the other comics you're going to see and the other comedy. Difference between me and them is that you might want to see them again sometime. Because I don't have an act. I don't have a home. I don't have a car. I didn't eat yesterday. I had to borrow these clothes. She took it all! I was married for 2 years, and I think someone put a primal scream! But I try not to have an attitude about it. I want to get along with women, you know. But I'm going around, I'm trying to talk people out of getting married if I can. I did it. It doesn't work. Didn't work for me. You ever been married? What's your name? Gary. Well, Gary, if you ever think about getting married, if you ever think you've met the right girl, you want to settle down, get a house, get a car, will you do me a favor, Gary? Remember this face. Because if you get married, Gary, that'll be your face every day. So the face of every married man when he wakes up in the morning, he gets out of bed, he looks in the mirror, he realizes what he's done, he goes, oh! What did I do to my life? I used to make my own decisions, I remember! It's true. It's true. I was married for 2 years. My life was so boring, I actually worried about my yard. The rest of my friends had goals, careers, adventures. They're out doing things with their lives. I was out there looking for crabgrass, weeds and stuff, going, I've got a responsibility to the neighborhood here to keep a good yard. Yeah, this was my life. I didn't have any kids, though. That's good. That's real hell. You seen those guys with the strollers? The little babies? Have you seen those guys walking the streets with that look on their face like they envy the dead? It's like... Gary. There's only one good thing about marriage. The best thing about marriage is that these are connected. You know what I mean? Men can keep their Johnsons. That's about it. Oh, you don't know that word Johnsons here, huh? You know what I'm talking about? Winky, as it were. You know what I'm saying, guys? They're connected. They don't come off. But guess what they did? The women would take them. They would. They go, well, you're married now. You won't be needing that. I'll just take care of that for you, okay? Now, if you need it, it'll be my purse or in the refrigerator. They would. They go, what? You're going out of town with your friends? Well, you can just leave that here. They'll be waiting for you when you get back. It's true. You'd see all these guys on the phone. They'd be going, yeah, hello, guys. Yeah, listen, I'm not going to be able to go. No, I'm going to have to stay here. She's got my Johnson! No, she won't give it to me. I asked for it all day. Yeah, she's upset. I tried to sneak out of the house with it this morning, and, yeah, I was halfway out the driveway. She came around the house, and I had to give it to her right there in the street. Okay, I'll ask her. Hold on. Honey, it's the guys. Well, no, they just called to say that they're all taking theirs. I'm just going to take mine because I didn't want to stand out or anything. Okay. Yeah, she said no way. No, she said the Winky stays here, yeah. You guys do me a favor if you see me working on the yard next week and around the house, and will you do me a favor? Kill me. Kill me, I'm in hell. Will you shoot me, poison my food, run me over with the car, whatever it takes? I'm in hell! But I love women. What are you going to do? I love women. I've been in love about 8 times now. And I buy it every time. Every single time I buy it. Love comes into my life and goes, come on. Come on. Yes, no, this is love. Not like the others. This is real love. I wouldn't lie to you 9 times in a row, you ass. Open the door. Believe it again. So, oh, great. It lied to me again. But you gotta keep trying to make it work, you know? Because I love women. I love women. Now there's this big rage. I don't know if it's here in England. It is in the States. This sexual counseling thing. Have you heard about this? People are going to psychologists for sexual counseling. You don't need sexual counseling. You just need to talk. Communicate. Talk to each other. Open up. Women, if you like something a certain way, tell us about it. Fill us in. Give us a clue! What are we, mind readers? We on an Easter egg hunt? Let us know what it is! We will do it! Don't tell your mom, don't tell your girlfriends, your hairdresser, your little buddies. He doesn't kiss me right. He doesn't hold me long enough. Tell us! We will do it! Will we do it, guys? Will we do it? Yeah! Oh, it sounds like some strong lovers in this group. Okay. Yeah, we'll do it, yeah. Will we do it? But I want to leave you with one thought, because I used to think honesty, I really did. I used to think honesty was the thing that made a relationship work, that made it, like, come together, made it stronger. I'd like to publicly laugh at that theory now. Lie! Lie! Lie right to their face. Forever, honey. Forever. Thank you very much. Good night.
The kids will tell the light and the rain. In the middle of the night, such adventures made for two little kids. Stay. It was raining, windy, winter was bleak. At 4 in the morning, on King George Street. She couldn't get to sleep when her daddy gone. The door opened wide and the life went on. He was drunk as a love with a time I had, falling in the hall on top of the cat, singing Viva España to a crying wife. He took a swing at the shade on the light. We were knocking on the door, dressed like refugees in the pouring rain on King George Street. She won't have that behavior in her house anymore. He's got to sober up or be kicked out of the door. Down on the corner, the kids had to sleep as Daddy comes home on King George Street. As Daddy comes home. Oh, she stood around the kettle and watched as it brewed, sneezing into hankies, hands all blue. The next evening he came around to the house with a bunch of flowers and locked him out. He peered through the window, my blood's in the air. Her lips to a curve, she saw him out there. The kids came running, but were they happy to see their daddy back home on King George Street?
1985 was a good year. It was a good year for chocolate, and it was a good year for this company, and we've had some good times because of it. But tonight is a sad night. It's a sad night because we're losing a friend, but more than that, we're losing a colleague. Gordon Inglis, who joined us, 18 months ago from Leicester, is leaving us to head up a high-powered team, as you might expect, with our US division based out of Ohio. Now, one thing our US cousins ought to know about Gordon, apart from don't ever play squash with the guy, right? No. Gordon is a guy who knows more about brand profiling a chocolate confection than even I do. Gordon.
I first met this loony when our boss, John Dowling, got Stuart here to head up a team to brand a new high-profile, top-end Countline confection bar on the housewife impulse buy indulgence end of the snack market. That project, as you know, became the Chocolate Knob. Still, I'm happy to say, brand leader. But Stuart arrived in Leicester, where I was based out of, and he booked himself into the Holiday Inn there. I guess he heard they had the biggest minibar around, right? And he gave me a ring.
From my car?
From your car, yeah. To my car, but in fact, at the time, I happened to be on the other line. But eventually, we got in touch. And you let me know you were in town.
I should say that I told John Dowling, when the whole caboose was first mooted, that I had but one worry. Now, it wasn't a worry about budget. I knew I could get a budget out of John. my worry was, could I get Gordon? Because, and I don't want to embarrass you here, Gordon, but if you've got Gordon playing on your team, you're halfway to the end zone before first time out.
Listen, I don't know so much about end zones or timeouts, but I could tell you a story about this nutter that shows you just exactly what high brand profile management is all about. I'm on a plane with this guy flying out to Bahrain on a sales probe one time.
Wild days.
Wild days. The idea is it's part of a push to get a chocolate knob into every mouth in the Arabian Gulf. And Stuart here, we're on the top deck of a 747, we're flying BCAL club class. And Stuart here sees a hostess who takes his eye.
Oh, I don't like the sound of this.
Do you remember what you said to her, Stuart?
Oh, good Christ Jesus, no, I don't remember now.
You said to her, get your knickers down, girl.
Why waste time, Rain? I mean, it worked. She stroked my cheek.
She slapped your face.
No, but look, I mean, if we're telling Bahrain stories,
Oh, whoops.
I should say,
Oh, whoops.
we arrive at Bahrain airport,
Oh, whoops.
and we're being met by Sheikh Kazim Al Rashid. Now, he's an Arab. He's been sitting on the chocolate knob for us out there. We get into his car.
Oh, this isn't a story about how I threw up in the back of his car, is it? Go on, tell it, go on.
And Gordon threw up in the back of his car.
You bastard for telling that story.
So, all right, we've told some stories, we've had a few laughs, but you know, everywhere there has to be a bottom line.
Right.
You know, people, they talk, don't they, about the love between a man and a woman, and for sure, that's got its place, no one would deny that. But you know, there's another kind of love, a love between colleagues that's based on respect for performance. I'm not a homosexual. Never have been.
Neither am I.
I think our records show that, but I have to tell you here tonight, John, with your permission, that I love this guy. I love this big, crazy, fly-away roister-doister. I love him. Gordon, I love you.
Stuart, you're giving me a lump.
Christ, I'm gonna miss you. Get over here.
You bastard.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are the Dangerous Brothers. Dangerous Brothers. My name is Richard Dangerous, and this is Sir Adrian Dangerous. And this is Vim. Now, this may look like an ordinary window, but no. It is, in fact, not an ordinary window after all. Get a doctor. It is, in fact, an ordinary window. I'm serious this time. Get me to a hospital. I've gone too far. Will you stop showing? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, yes. This week, the talented and curvy Sir Adrian will travel not only through this window, but also through this window. Through this hoop of fire. Through this brick wall and into this bucket of petrol. I beg your pardon, but first, fun with electricity. Always a great laugh, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, kiddies, try and make one of your relatives do the silly wiggly dance. That sounds disgusting. That's all right for you. I'm standing in the epicenter. Keep them laughing. Keep them laughing. Keep them laughing? Ha 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 ha. Now then. There was a young woman from Knockers who had an enormous pair of breasts. One was a whopper. One was a jumbly wobbly. And the other one was an enormous, great big golden bozo. That's three. I know. I haven't finished yet. That extraordinary three-breasted woman from Knockers. Ah, Sir Adrian, nice to see you.
Nice to be seen.
No fun with electricity. Moving swiftly along. and moving slowly along, and moving stupidly along, and moving sexily along. However we move, ladies and gentlemen, we always find ourselves next to this. It's a bloody cannon! It's a bloody cannon! Fantastic! Can I have a go? No, you can't. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, because Sir Adrian is going to be fired from this cannon through this window. All right, who said you could fire the cannon? Nobody. Well, don't. So, it's a bloody fight you want, is it? Ladies and gentlemen, yes, this week the Dangerous Brothers are proud to present for you Sir Adrian the Human Cannonball. But a human cannonball with a difference, because this cannonball will be on fire. Yes. Careful! In the cannon! He's off his rocker, you know. Completely off my rocker! In the cannon! Get in the cannon! Get an air freshener! There's no time! In the cannon! Right, ladies and gentlemen, it just remains for me to pour in the petrol. Hello. Light the match. Throw it in. Lower the trajectory. Light the fuse. And stand well back in a safe position. Wow! There he goes, ladies and gentlemen! Through the... God! You bastard! Get out of there! Get out of there! Get out of there! Come on, come on! There he goes, ladies and gentlemen! There he goes! Through the window! Through the other window! Through the hoop on fire! On fire! Hooray! Hooray! Through the brick wall! Through the brick wall! Through the brick wall! Thank you and good night. Can I go to the toilet now, please?
Well, things couldn't be worse, really. I mean, I've been trying to move off this estate before I even got on it. And things went from bad to worse, and then they went back to bad again. And, I mean, it's a really rough area, and it's so rough that the Lebanese couple next door moved back to Beirut. And I can't say, you know, the constant tension is affecting my kiddies. I mean, even Kelly's Care Bears are wet in the bed. Can't be right, can it? But I've been down to social services, and they've given me a social worker, and that's 12 I've got now, which is a start. That I'm contending with. The school doctor says that Kelly's got rickets. I don't know where she's got them from, because she's only 7, and I didn't start going with boys till I was 9.5. And I mean, kids grow up. They do grow up a lot faster these days. I mean, like, Wayne's older than I am, and I'm his mother. This can't be right. And, you know, I mean, I can't say it's not affected my sex life with Terry being in prison. And I wanted to be a surrogate mother. So I got pregnant by artificial insemination. And it was... I just lay there and the doctor fiddled around with a syringe artificially. And I didn't feel a thing. I mean, it was just like having sex with Terry. I had an orgasm, which is the best thing that's happened to me for quite a while. Fungus has come back in the main room.
Good evening. My name's Ben Elton, and the first thing I have to tell you is that I tell lies. I'm a professional liar. All stand-up comedians are liars. We lie for a living. I mean, imagine what it'd be like if comics started telling the truth, eh? What a true joke would be like. A bloke goes into a pub, orders a pint, drinks it, naps off again. Brilliant, eh? It wouldn't work, would it? He's got to have a crocodile up his backside or something. Joke, hasn't he? The only people that tell more lies on the telly than stand-up comedians are the advertisers. The people that make adverts. They're terminal liars. Their noses must be 6 feet long. They tell lies. Can you eat 3 shredded wheat? Anyone can eat 3 shredded wheat. John Selwyn Gummer could eat 3 shredded wheat. The only reason no one gets past the second one is it's so bloody horrible, that's why. Adverts, eh? Vorsprung durch Technik, as you say if you're a pretentious upper-class prat. The only thing I hate more than that, the only thing I hate even more than that stupid voice that comes on at the end of the Weetabix ad and goes, OK, and gets up everybody's nose. I mean, what an incredible idea for an advert that is, eh? Brilliant. How are we going to advertise Weetabix then, lads? I know. Let's pretend they're a gang of skinheads. Brilliant. It stands to reason, doesn't it? They look exactly like skinheads, don't they? I mean, you must have noticed breakfast time in the morning, bowl of Weetabix. Oh dear, my bowl's full of skinheads, eh? The only excuse I can think of for advertisers is that I think they must actually believe the lies they tell. Or else why would they tell them? They're so extraordinary. Like that one for Sharp's tape recorders. Less bucks, more fizz. I mean, what idiot is going to believe that your average streetwise kiddie going down to buy a ghetto blaster is going to be impressed by Bucks Fizz singing Now Those Days Are Gone? I mean, you can imagine the scene down a shop, can't you? I want a tape recorder and I want it from that brand, you know, the one that makes rubbish sound really good. That's the one. And that extraordinary Renault advert where Mr. and Mrs. Posh are dropping off their little kid at the public school, eh? And they drop him off and give him his violin case to show what a sensitive family they all are. And then they're driving home, Dad and Mum in the Renault, and Dad drops his bombshell. He says, I've got something to tell you, darling. It concerns you, the kids, the house, the mortgage. I'm going it alone. I'm starting a new company. Bob's with me. Frank's with me. We've got the backing. And what does this woman reply to this astonishing bombshell, this fait accompli? He's rearranged her life, like it or lump it, bitch. I mean, that silly woman off Cat's Eyes with that irritating voice turns to him and says, oh, darling, that's fantastic. Didn't you think you could have told me 6 months ago? You know, if Bob knows, Frank knows, the bank knows, the dog knows. Isn't it about time your wife knew? No. She says, oh, darling, that's fantastic. Renault, one of your better decisions. Marrying an arrogant, sexist dickhead, one of your stupider decisions. Dear, oh dear. The worst of all, though, I believe, is the Oxo family. The happy Oxo family. Does anybody know a family remotely resembling the Oxo family? If you do, burn their house down. They deserve it. That lovely nuclear Oxo family, couple of kids, mum and dad, not divorced yet, very rare these days. They're sat in a car, in that ad, on the end of a pier. The Oxo family in the piddling rain. One sip of Oxo and they're singing I Do Like to Be Beside the Seaside. I can spend 7 hours in a pub and still not get that effect. I'm obviously drinking the wrong stuff, aren't I? Forget lager. Pint of Oxo, please, mate. You're not driving. You've had 2 cubes already. I ask you, if any of you lot in the audience or at home were stuck in a car with your entire family, think about it, your family. What would it take to cheer you up, eh? A nice cup of Oxo? I don't think so. A gun! Shut up, Gran! Shut up! Little Tommy, blam, blam, blam. So obviously they must take Oxo to get their kicks. And what I want to know is, how do the advert families stay so cheerful? They're all so happy, aren't they? The families on the adverts, they're ecstatic about the clean toilets. They're going into sexual ecstasy over a cup of instant coffee. Are they on drugs? I think they must be. I think they're part of the scourge. They must pump smack, do the stuff, of course. Oh, wow, what an amazingly clean toilet, Mum. Fantastic. Wow, these clothes are really fluffy. Have a bang on that, Dad. Of course they take drugs, yeah. Well, I think they must take drugs, the advert families, or else how else do they stay so cheerful in Thatcher's Britain, eh? Oh, bit of satire. I love it. Went that well. SDP in the audience, nobody wants to know. I'm sitting on the fence, fair enough. Dear, oh dear. Now, anyway, the kids you see in the adverts family, they're going to be a YOP scheme next year, aren't they? And Dad's been unemployed for a couple of years. Mum in the advert family, she's over 35. She's got 2 kids, but the NHS won't give her a smear test, so she's got a chance of getting cervical cancer. Of course, they like to cheer themselves up a bit, wouldn't we all, eh? Heroin may be a life sentence, but so's unemployment, and that's why people are doing. My name's Ben Elton. Thanks a lot. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Taken